Today is day 3 of my ramen challenge and I'll be trying sous vide instant ramen. When I told my friends I was going to try this, they were skeptical. Honestly, I was a little too because I've only used my sous vide machine once before. I set the temp at 166 degrees Fahrenheit. I got this number from watching That Dude Can Cook's video on a sous vide egg. Alright, it's time to get started. Whoops, I guess I need to submerge this fully in water first. Okay, back on track, let's assemble the bag. I got an awesome DM from one of you telling me not to seal food with liquids or it would blow up. Thank you for that tip because I was just going to pour water in the bag. And from what I've learned in science class, besides mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, is that ice is a solid. I melted 21 ice cubes to see how much liquid that would be. I got a little impatient and didn't wait for it to fully melt, but I guesstimated 350 milliliters of water. So for this experiment, I will add 25 ice cubes. Hopefully that will be enough to cook the noodles since it asks for 550 milliliters. So into the bag it goes with the noodles, some slices of Spam since I haven't had that in a while, some leftover baby bok choy from my last video, and an egg. Don't worry, I washed it. Then I added the seasoning packets and it was time to seal it up. I had that weird moment again of how did I get to this point in my life, but honestly there could be worse experiments I could be trying. So I wanted to leave some extra room in the bag so that once the ice melts it could have room to get to the noodles to cook them. But I don't think that was the best idea because it made the bag extra floaty. I just used mixers as weights to hold them down. I set the timer for 15 minutes. About 4 minutes in and the noodles were still hard but giving in just a bit.
I think I need to tilt the bag so that the juices are towards the noodle side. Noodles are definitely cooking. You feel it giving right there.
And then 10 minutes in, the noodles looked done, but I was worried about the egg and bok choy. I wanted to make sure and give them time to cook. After 15 minutes, it was time to see this beautiful potential disaster.
Okay, looking at it, it's a little bit drier than I typically eat this, but that's my bad for not waiting out the ice, but that's okay. Let's take this egg off to the side here. Bok choy looks great, and I wonder if the seasoning like infused into it. Spam is nice and cooked, slow cooked. I mean, it was already cooked, but you know what I mean.
So I made the bowl all pretty and it was time for the grand finale. How is the egg going to turn out?
Now it is the moment of truth. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Guys, I am just really happy that this turned out like okay.
If you couldn't tell, I was very pleasantly surprised the egg wasn't messed up. I think this is a winner. The noodles were cooked perfectly, the bok choy was nice and crunchy, the egg was beautiful. The only thing I would change for next time is to add more ice so that the overall bowl wasn't too salty. I guess I could also add less of the seasoning packet. Was this practical? Absolutely not. Was it a fun experiment? Yes. Yes, it was.